180.
180. 180, okay? So both flexion and abduction have the same norm of 180 degrees. What position do you think we want our patient in?
Supine.
Supine! Lie down for me, please. Supine. Other supine.
Prone, I guess.
The other
The other supine. Okay. Yes, our patient's going to be in supine. And we're going to have 3 points that we line up with, right? Fulcrum, where do you think that's going to be? Greater tubercle?
The acromion.
Down here. That's fine. So close. Close, okay? We can use that acromion process.
Or the coracoid process.
No, so coracoid comes off
Right.
over in here, right? So then now
That's what I
we're
was wondering for.
slightly
something in
Right.
the shoulder.
So if we find that acromion process, or the anterior portion of it, and we just drop off
Lesser tube.
humeral head.
Oh,
Oh, you mean, oh. Is that easy? Yes.
I'll just
That
keep
easy.
guessing.
Okay. So the humeral head is what we want to line up with as far as our fulcrum goes. So essentially we're just going to place or line it up. So this is another one where, like mentioned with flexion and extension, you don't have to like smash the goni up against them, okay? Because she's a lady. And if I were to come in like this and get right in line, now it's not very comfortable because she's, as Greg says, got woman.
Oh my god.
She's got boobs, right? So she's got breast tissue, right? More than dudes got.
You're saying, man, we can just dig it in there, though.
No. No. Okay? With your significant other, sure, but no. Okay? So, I can just kind of let it float, if you will, just above the humeral head. My proximal arm is going to be lined up with, what do you think?
Your body.
The table.
Proximal arm, my stationary arm.
Oh,
Not my
so-
distal, not the one that's moving, my stationary arm.
Parallel with her body.
Okay,
Table.
specifically, so just parallel with the body in general? The
So
trunk,
maybe to the
torso?
greater, or maybe to the
The
greater,
table.
The table!
right?
Okay, so I like the, you know,
Midline
thinking
of
trunk.
anterior aspect of the sternum.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Wow. Okay.
Why would we not just say trunk or the body?
Because they might be big.
Okay, it might be larger,
Arched back.
what do ladies have?
Hourglass.
Curves,
They got
right?
that booty.
They got curves. And so maybe they are angled in a little bit here. Maybe the person's angled out depending on how large they are.
So you
Okay?
line up with the sternum?
So you line up with the sternum.
Of the anterior aspect
Parallel.
of the sternum.
Because it doesn't matter what's going on out here, the sternum is going to be in line. It doesn't move.
What if you've got
Right?
an
Doesn't
inverted
change.
sternum?
If you've got an, then you've got other issues.
You can see a different doctor for that.
Okay, so I can see her manubrial notch, which is the little notch right at the top of her manubrium. Okay, I can see that, and then I just draw an imaginary line right down where that sternum would be, and I'm going to stay lined up there. Distal arm, where do you think that's going to be lined up? Ben was kind of
Humerus.
saying it before. Yeah, with the humerus. Okay. And depending on where you end up, you can use like the midpoint, like between her lateral and medial epicondyle. So we're just lined up with the shaft there. With abduction, kind of already hinted to it and mentioned it before when Jake had a question of there's going to be another motion that occurs in addition to abduction so that we can get that 180 degrees. What other motion has to
Internal
occur?
rotation?
External rotation.
Because if it's internal,
Oh, right.
So yeah, if we go internal, it's going to be that. If we go external, it's that, right? So external rotation has to occur on your normal person. There are some
Well,
people you may come
isn't it
across where they
technically
can.
already.
Yeah, so she's already in external rotation, or at least a little bit. But as she comes through, she's actually going to go into more.
Isn't that internal? Did you just do?
Nope. We went into external. So if I went into internal,
Oh, you're right. Okay. No, I said hang on.
she's not wanting me to go any farther, right? Right.
So,
Yep. It's got to come around like that. Okay? So yes, she's in a little bit already, but there's got to be a lot more of that to occur.
If it hits their head, what kind of
And that's and the bony end feel. More specific, the skull. Abnormal skull end feel, just like our abnormal table end feel. Okay? So, here's the thing. We get all the points lined up. And then let's say we're taking them passively through this range of motion here. And we're like,
That's a giant.
let's just skip.
Rainbow.
Shoot. Then it just ends up being weird, right? So then people will be like, okay? If we, here's a question for you. If I do this, is it going to change much from here to there? As far as the range? No. So go ahead and bend that elbow if you need to at least get past yourself, okay? Now I'm past myself, I can straighten that elbow out and go all the way through my range of motion. Okay?
This is somebody with like a good shoulder though.
Yes, this is somebody with a good shoulder, right? Here, this is looking different than when I started here.
You can stay on the humeral head then, yeah. Because it's same armpit deal.
Same armpit dealio, right? As we go here, check it out. That bump is her humeral head.
She's strong.
Okay? Humeral head. So as long as I'm lined up with that, lined up with the sternum still, and then now I'm going to actually line up with that lateral malleolus, medial malleolus. Not malleolus. Last lap too. Medial epicondyle. Okay? I'm going to line up with, no, medial epicondyle.
The problem was, the last lap somebody said greater trochanter,
Yeah.
greater tubercle, and then it would just look.
Yeah. And everybody laughed that they said greater trochanter, and I was like, don't worry about it. I say it all the time. I turn around. We're going to line up with the greater trochanter. Like 2 seconds later. See? I do it all the time. Okay. So we find that humeral head. We're right on top. Again, we can just kind of float above if we need to. In line with the sternum. Line up with that medial. I almost said malleolus again. Epicondyle. It does, right? So now, she can go farther though. Right? I just have her bend her head out of the way. She can go even farther, but I'm not worried about that. Right?
But what
If
if
she
we
can-
want to know?
But I want to know. Well, then tell her to lift her head up and holy schlegolies. Okay? But here's the thing. So it looks like a lot. Looks like a lot, right? You guys couldn't tell from right here? Or from...
Oh my god.
I'm going to guess it's Greg. No, you're Greg. Greg.
It's not me.
That's a ghost stuff.
Yeah, it's really Halloween-y. Right? I'm guessing it's Greg.
Craig.
I said Craig. 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 Nope.
It's little man.
It's little man.
Wait, who
I don't know who it is.
Kill me.
Okay, we're gonna leave it a mystery. Okay. So here's the thing. We got her head out of the way. Oh, I got it.
It was Craig.
Yeah.
Appropriate on Halloween. Have a creepy arm start sticking in there. Okay. So, here we are. We got her head out of the way. We're hitting her head. We lift her up. We start moving out. It looks like a lot.
Yes.
right?
But
But what you guys can't see that I can see is that her sternum
No.
tilted.
Cheater!
Cheater! Okay, so so two things with abduction to remember. Number one, always stay in line with the sternum, because just like abduction of the hips, where we're lined up with our ASIS, remember we take them out and then all of a sudden the ASIS start moving, both of them, but we're still lined up in our appropriate points, and so it's not really going to change the outcome of the measurement. So if I were to bring her out here and do all this fun stuff, and I get her to right there, even though I can go farther, I see that sternum start moving, and so there's really not going to be any difference between here and here because of the
Is the
movement of the
sternum
sternum.
moving that much?
It's moving enough that I'm starting to move it, and I'm not going to go any farther. Right? And then second thing, we want to have that external rotation. Okay, so different from the hips, where we didn't want external rotation, with abduction of the shoulder, we want that external rotation to occur so that we can get full range. Okay? Any questions on abduction? Cool.